Hello and welcome to a humble Highland home. Thank you so much for joining me here today. It was a beautiful sunny morning, so much so that I started my day here in the garden with some relaxing yoga and meditation with the sun shining on my face. But the rain is now on, so instead of the tasks that I was going to be doing outside today, I'm heading into the greenhouse and the polytunnel to follow up on a few things that I need to do in there instead. Unfortunately, the Brassica seedlings were a victim of a recent slug party, so I need to replant these seeds to get them growing again as soon as possible. I do factor in a few extra plants, just in case damaged seedlings or a potential poor germination rate. But even with factoring these spares, I will plant some extras just to replace the lost seedlings. I have every faith that they will catch up. I've already had to replace some of the small marigolds due to the slug damage, so evenings I will be doing a slug hunt with my head torch once it gets dark. Along with the plant replacements, I'm going to be planting my next batch of seeds which belong to the cucurbits family, which are things like cucumber, squash, courgettes, or otherwise known as zucchini, which are all heat loving, so I will be taking them into the house because we're still not at our estimated last frost date. I've mixed up my seed start mix, which is a combination of organic peat-free compost mixed with some building sand. I mix the compost and the sand at different ratios depending on what I'm going to be planting. For example, for seeds I might use a 50-50 mix. For seedlings I might use an 80-20 mix, and for potting on I might use a 90-10 mix. The brassica seed replacements that I'm planting are my Brussels sprouts, which are at Evesham Special, home saved seeds for broccoli, and also red drumhead cabbage and kale Nero di Toscana. Those slugs certainly had a wee feast. As I said before, along with the Brassica replacement plants, I'm also going to be planting some cucumbers with two varieties, one called Tanja and one called Wisconsin. I'm also planting some leeks. One is called Atlanta and the other is Home Safe seeds, so we shall see how well they germinate. Next, I'm planting some courgettes, or otherwise known as zucchini. One is called Golden Delight, which you may guess by the title is a yellow courgette, and the other is a green courgette called Zumboda. These will all go into the house just now to help with germination, and some of them need the heat to grow, so we'll stay a little longer in the house until the ground feels more of the heat from the sun. And of course, once we're well past our last frost date. It's always good to have a planting backup plan, but sometimes we just have to start over and try again. Given that it's still raining and I've got a few minutes to spare, this is a job that I've been meaning to do, is to replace some of the Hotspot tape in the polytunnel. Some of the Hotspot tape came with the polytunnel when we bought it, and we bought some extras for situations just like this. The Hotspot tape is stuck to the metal frame of the polytunnel. Wherever the metal bits come into contact with the plastic cover, it helps to prolong the life of the cover from the build-up of the heat in the metal framework, and eventually it loses its stickiness and comes off, so that's why I'm replacing the missing parts before the weather gets too warm. Plus, it's really annoying when the tape hangs down and just gets in the way. Well, it doesn't look like the rain is going to ease today. At least I have made some progress. The outside jobs will just have to wait for another day. But for now, thank you so much for being with me here on this rainy day. Take care of yourself and others, and I will see you in the next video.